From samurai's favorites to G.I. Joe's favorite. From Japanese hunter to American guard and protection dogs, the formation of the American Akita. How did the Japanese Akita become an American Akita? Is there a difference between a Japanese Akita Inu and their American bro? How are they similar and different? The history of the American Akita, of course, was intertwined with the history of the Japanese Akita Inu we know today. These medium-sized dogs were originally used in Akita, one of Japan's northern provinces, to hunt black bears and other wild animals, patrol territory, and dog-to-dog fights. This type was first mentioned in descriptions from the 16th to 17th centuries and was called Matagi Akitas. From the beginning of the 1900s, Japanese breeders made serious attempts to restore and preserve the ancient Matagi lineage, and despite the serious difficulties faced by the breed, they can actually be considered the ancestors of the Japanese Akita Inu living today. However, a new phenomenon also became more widespread and began already during World War I, when, in order to improve the working abilities of the Akitas in the Western sense, the Akitas of that time were crossed with German Shepherd dogs. These breeding lines were named dual-line dogs, who were larger than the Akita Inus, with a more wrinkled muzzle, larger ears, and many German Shepherd characteristics. During World War II, the Japanese government forced Akita breeders to dismantle their kennels and surrender their dogs to the military, where, and this sounds incredible to today's ears, their fur was used to make collars for military uniforms. Only one breed was exempted from the surrender obligation, the German Shepherd dogs, which were also used by the army for service purposes. These brutal measures had two characteristic effects. First, the old Matagi Akita lines became almost extinct, and today's Akita Inu was reconstructed from only a few dozen hidden dogs after the war. On the other hand, Japanese breeders desperately crossed their dogs with German Shepherds in increasing numbers in order to save their dogs, resulting in a significant increase in the number of dogs belonging to the dual lines. In 1937, an American woman visiting Japan, Helen Keller, took home for the first time an Akita, purchased in Japan, who also happened to belong to the Dua type. Many of the American soldiers stationed in Japan after World War II, who also encountered dogs from these lines and crossbreeds, liked these types of animals and brought them home to the New World in big numbers. As the Dua-type Akitas became increasingly popular in the US, enthusiasts and breeders formed the American Akita Association in 1956 and were officially registered as a breed by the American Kennel Club in 1972. At the same time, a long unresolved dispute erupted between the AKC and the Japanese Akita Breed Care Association, AKIO, with the Japanese questioning the dogs from the dual lineage whether they are Akitas at all, citing often untraceable crosses and the different appearance of the two breeds. Until 1992, the two breed keepers did not recognize each other's competence, and the two types competed in international competitions under the same breed name. FCI tried to put an end to this unhappy situation in 2000, when they named the American version to be the Big Japanese Dogs and officially separated the two breeds. After some time, FCI adopted the American Akita name and permanently separated this newly adopted breed from the Japanese Akita Inu. This separation, shockingly, has not happened in the USA to date. The AKC treats and registers all Akitas as one breed. What is the difference between American and Japanese Akita Inu? First of all, their size and appearance. The American Akita is significantly larger in size and weight, and its build looks more squat. The standard of the Japanese sibling is very strict in terms of size, weight and appearance, while the standard of the American version is much more permissive. On the other hand, the ancestors of the Japanese Akita Inus were selected primarily for hunting, while the version known today as American Akita was selected as a service dog. In what they are similar, both breeds have preserved the warrior blood of their ancestors, as the ancestors also served their owners as fighting dogs. Due to their pasts, both breeds have excellent guarding instincts and are quite suspicious of strangers. While the Japanese Akita Inu has become more and more a companion dog with working abilities in recent decades, the American version can still be considered more of a guard dog of territory and persons than as a companion one, who is able to fit into a family environment, but really accepts only one person as its real owner. Due to its special character, neither breed is recommended for unexperienced first-time dog owners, but this recommendation is especially true when it comes to the American Akita. Since the American version is a dog breed with enormous strength and high fighting spirit and character, who also does not get along well with other breeds of the same sex due to its past, keeping and properly socializing them requires more than average energy on the part of the future owner.